football. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so Devin Haney, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world, the guy that, they don't want you to mention too much this week during fight week because they got to sell Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis as the fight for all the marbles. When listen, it's a great fight. It's a big event. It's more of a big event than it is a big fight. It's a big event. But in all reality, it's just all it is a very huge non-title fight, right? Let's be honest. Devin Haney's the man of the division, and I'm not like a huge Devin Haney fan, but he's got all the belts, so you show him that respect that he earned as the undisputed champion. You know what I'm saying? But Devin Haney was speaking recently about future plans and things he'd like to do in boxing, and obviously the potential to fight Ryan Garcia and reignite and renew their amateur rivalry, because they had fought so many times in the amateurs. It's very well noted and very well documented. But he was speaking about that, and he stated the following about fighting Ryan Garcia. He stated the following, and I quote: "If Ryan was to win, we can possibly get it on at 140. Obviously, the world knows I have trouble making 135. Maybe we could do it at 140 or even 135 with no rehydration clauses, because I never do rehydration clauses." So there you have it. Devin Haney taking a bit of a shot at Tank there, because obviously we know that there is a rehydration clause this week with Tank and Ryan. Ryan did respond to Devin and reposted this on his story, and he said, "Thank you, Devin. I'll take that offer after I handle business," right? And these guys have history. They have history in the amateurs. They have history in the pros. And like there was a scenario many years ago when Devin Haney was franchise champion, and Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell was like the final eliminator for his franchise belt, right? Which is kind of weird, right? Because why are you having final eliminators for the franchise belt? Because they said the franchise belt was transferable, then it was not transferable. So it was a good confusing time where the WBC muddied up the waters. It caused a lot of confusion in boxing with the damn franchise title, right? So this could be interpreted in two ways, and I think the first way it probably should be interpreted as is like, okay, Shakur Stevenson is the fight that really is you would think is the most realistic to make, because of the fact that they're both with Top Rank now. They have history as well, and those are two of the brightest, youngest stars in the sport, especially around those weight classes, right? So why not look to make that fight happen? There's this narrative out there that's now starting to circulate that Devin Haney is going to duck Shakur Stevenson and go to 140. Now, what I interpreted as a duck, it's hard to say, because I've seen interviews with Shakur, and Shakur doesn't sound like he's going to. Shakur doesn't seem like he's willing to chase Devin at 140 if it happens, right? Which I feel personally, right, and this is coming from somebody who's been a Shakur Stevenson fan since before Shakur Stevenson was even in the Olympics. Okay, I've always thought Shakur Stevenson was the best fighter around these weights for the young guys, between him, T.O., and all Tank and all these guys. So just keep that in mind when I say this. But my thing is, if Shakur Stevenson isn't willing to, let's say if Devin really, like, physically speaking, cannot make 135, if his body just cannot make the weight, and he's literally just killing himself for this one last fight against Lomachenko, if he's not willing to, like, maybe do a 138 catch weight or a 137 catch weight, maybe meet in the middle, give Devin a couple pounds to make the fight happen, or meet him at 140, then you can't really say Devin Haney is ducking Shakur Stevenson, right? You can't say that, because it takes two to tango, and there's got to be compromise. Like, for example, like, a lot of people have been complaining about Ryan and Tank and their 136-pound catch weight and the rehydration clause, and to a degree it is bullshit, right? But however, they had to compromise. They compromised some things to make the fight happen. So and now it's happening. It's going to be this weekend. There's a lot of people here in town and here in Las Vegas for it, and boxing fans are happy that it's happening, right? So I feel like Devin and Shakur, they can't mess around. If Devin wants this fight, then he's gonna have to make it very clear what it would take for it to happen. Does it happen at 35? Can you make 35? You know, you can't do the wait and see thing with this type of fight, because what will ultimately happen is Devin will go to 140. Top Rank already has options for him at 140. They got Teal, they got Taylor, they got Ramirez. They got fighters for him to fight already at 140 if he goes up there. So he once he gets up there, he can get caught up in all that, right? So I think the onus is, while it takes two to tango, I really think Shakur Stevenson has to press for the fight a little bit more. Just my opinion, because you can't be out here calling yourself the next Pernell Whitaker when you don't do Pernell Whitaker type things. Meaning that being Pernell Whitaker doesn't just mean being a slick defensive fighter who's a southpaw who neutralizes his opponents. No, being a Pernell Whitaker sometimes means that you got to go up from you got to go up to 147. You know, I'm not saying Shakur has to go to 147, but what I'm saying is you have to move up in weight, and you got to fight a bigger guy, and you got to maybe do it when it's not favorable to you, like the way Pernell Whitaker did when he moved up to 147 to fight Buddy McGirt to become welterweight champion. And mind you, when he fought Buddy McGirt to become welterweight champion, if you go watch that fight, the first one especially, he didn't box this slick defensive fight. He walked him down and showed that dog in him. So I feel like Shakur Stevenson, he can't be giving himself these like Pernell Whitaker type titles to himself, the next Pernell Whitaker, if he doesn't do those type of things, right? So yeah, but getting back to Ryan, right? I'm good with this fight. If Ryan does beat Tank this weekend, and it seems like nobody's picking Ryan to beat Tank, but if he does beat Tank, then this is a fight that's be great for boxing, because again, this is also another fight that I think could be made because Ryan is at 140. Ryan is ranked at 140. I mean, let's see. Right now, as it stands, let's have a look right now. Right now, as it stands at this moment in time, Ryan Garcia is ranked number 8 in the WBC at 140. So by Devin fighting him at 140, that would, if he could beat Ryan Garcia, that would give him automatic ranking position. Not that he needs it, because he's been champion at 135. I'm sure that the sanctioning bodies will favor him because he's been champion at 135. They're champion at 135 with the WBC and with the other governing bodies. So I don't think he needs to beat Ryan Garcia to get ranking position. But I'm saying if he does, obviously it's going to help him. So that's the news. Devin Haney saying that he'd be keen on fighting Ryan Garcia if Ryan Garcia beats Tank. Doesn't really specify which weight specifically. Ryan seems open to it as well. So there's that. And we addressed the Shakur Stevenson thing. That's how I feel about Shakur Stevenson and Devin. Being honest and just being neutral. I feel like both of them need to show real urgency to fight each other, because if only one of them shows urgency or none of them show urgency to fight each other, then it's not gonna happen. I think Ryan would fight Devin. And I think Devin would fight Ryan. I feel like that's the more realistic fight. But Shakur and Devin, I just don't think it's gonna happen, because another thing too is like I think maybe Devin's team and Bill Haney, they may have a certain number in their head as far as money for what they feel like a Shakur Stevenson fight they take for a Shakur Stevenson fight. And right now, it may not be worth that number they have in their head. That's just my opinion. That's my hunch. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.